2 years ago where I was dying when I arrived. And people here are just way less outdoorsy. So yeah, I either look like a shrimp that has been cooked or like unseasoned chicken breast. And people will see what I look like and people will be so mean because I'm so ugly. 我住在中国2年了. So I thought we would make a video about how 2 years in China have changed me. There's a lot. So one thing I've noticed is that I dress more conservatively than I used to. I already think in Denmark I dress more conservative than most. Like I never was a girl to wear very exposed clothes. But since coming here, you don't see people like show off their shoulders and like chest area a whole lot. Yeah. Like if I do it, I feel more conscious of it. I used to not wear a bra. It's very normal in Denmark not to wear a bra with most of your outfits. But now I do. Most of the time because, you know, people notice. Yeah. And then I feel like, oh, I shouldn't. Yeah. I think I still dress like a foreigner sometimes, but I'm definitely more considerate of what I'm wearing.
I mean, on social media, you see women wear
whatever.
Yeah, but in real life, it's not the case.
The Xiaohongshu fits don't really exist in real life. Maybe on like those like fashion area, like Shanghai, where people shoot the content they're posting. Yeah. But they go change afterwards, I've noticed. I spend way less time outside. One part is obviously that we live in a very big city now. I'm from the countryside of Denmark, so there's nature all around me, where here you have to like take the metro, bus, taxi to get to somewhere green, and it's still more confined. Like it's not real nature. It's
not raw nature.
No, and if I want to go to a mountain, we have to go for quite a while, and it's just not the same. Like I used to be able to walk like less than a kilometer and I would be in a forest. And people here are just way less outdoorsy. But
yeah, but people here still like, you know, nature.
Like the beauty of nature.
I think Shanghai is probably worse, you know.
Maybe.
Yeah, because they have less nature.
Even if you hike, it's on a trail. I don't mean like a dirt trail. I mean like they tile it and make stairs.
Yeah, wooden floor and everything.
Yeah. I eat takeaway so much more. Yeah. Thank God I haven't gained a lot of weight since moving here. Honestly, a miracle. But in Denmark, first of all, I would never order takeaway because it's not an option. And even if you do, it's very expensive. Like it's only an option in very big cities. And it costs you like an arm and a leg. And I wouldn't really eat out because again, it's very expensive. Like eating out once or twice a month was like the cap for me. And everything else I would cook myself, you know. So yeah, here I feel like everyone eats takeaways like multiple times a week at a bare minimum. Some people it's like all they eat. Sometimes it's all we eat. And there's also more options, you know. At home it's like pizza. You get really tired of pizza after a while. And I take taxis so much more. Again, in Denmark, not affordable. Like a taxi's like your emergency option if you've been out. For me, if I wanted to go out, I had to go to a neighboring town, which is like 10-15 kilometers away from where I lived. And it would cost me like 200-250 between those two places. And I think that's probably already affordable compared to what it is currently. I think the prices increased a lot. And it's hard to get one. Like there's not a lot because no one wants them because they're so expensive. But here it's like, yeah, you can get a taxi for like 15. Like now, even though I do take taxis a lot more, I think the Dane in me is still like, oh, let's take the metro. It's way cheaper. And you'll be like, it's not way cheaper. We're 2 people.
Sometimes if it's close to us, it's around the same.
That's a huge change for me. And I think I can see why it's hard for Chinese people to move to Denmark and live affordably, because I saw that people are like, I took a taxi and it was like 400. And I'm like, no shit. Why would you take a taxi to the grocery store? I accept being pale way more. So in Denmark, the beauty standard is to be tan. And most people either go to a tanning bed, like where you lay in a bed that makes you tan. It's basically like very strong rays. Really bad for your health, increases your risk of skin cancer, but people do it. I tried it once, got super burnt because redheads are not supposed to do that. So because I'm a redhead, I actually can't tan, like at all. My skin tone since living here has changed like by like a third of tone. So yeah, I either look like a shrimp that has been cooked or like uncooked. Well, I guess like unseasoned chicken breast is like a pretty good descriptor of my skin tone. So since moving here, where more people are pale or like try to be pale and there's way less of a focus on being tan, it definitely helped me a lot because I would fake tan all the time, like tan on a bottle, like
in Denmark.
Yeah, where I would spread it on my skin and it would like give me a shade, but again, because I'm so pale, it would actually make me quite orange. So yeah, but if you're not tan, I feel like a lot of people will like tell you look unhealthy, you should go out more. Yeah. Why do you look like that? Which is why I tried a tanning bed and got burnt so badly.
People actually shame you for that.
Yeah, really bad. And it can be quite uncomfortable because Scandinavians can actually get very dark. We are like very pale people that can turn quite dark. But yeah, some of you guys have commented that I'm very pale. Like in our Beijing video, like in our Jiaxing video, people like, I now understand the meaning of why they're called white people, because what's going on, she's reflecting sunlight, which is true.
Sometimes, you know, the sky is not overexploded, but your skin is.
Yeah.
You know, it's very crazy.
I edit my pictures a lot less. So people obviously do not know this, but you wanted us to post a video for quite a while. When I came here, you were like, oh, let's try and make a video. And I was like, yeah, but then I have to be on camera and people will see what I look like and people will be so mean because I'm so ugly. Like I had a very serious breakdown about it. Like I cried multiple times because I was like, I'm so ugly. People will be so mean. This is probably a combination of things. Like you love me a lot. You tell me like I look good every day.
Yeah, but I don't lie to you. You know? I'm telling you the truth.
But that paired with obviously that I'm getting older, like I think as you age, you kind of stop being so obsessed with like the crazy extreme beauty ideals. When we did post videos, like people didn't say like, oh my gosh, she's so ugly. Of course there's some people that do, but they're a very small amount and I laugh at you. It's definitely gotten a lot better. I used to edit my pictures like crazy. We can probably insert a picture. It was bad. It was like the epitome of like the time where the beauty standard in the West was like having a super square jaw, which I don't have. Yeah. I'm shaped like a Renaissance painting a little bit, but like smaller, you know, like a rounder, softer face. But back then it was like filler and like huge lips and like huge cheekbones and like a jaw that went like yeah, so I always felt insecure and would never post pictures of me not being like super edited, which I don't do anymore. I know a lot more about the world since coming here. So when we met, I already knew a lot about China, at least more than what's normal. But because China in like the Axis powers and stuff is affected very differently than where I'm from, obviously the way history is told and like what countries you focus on is like very different. So I know a lot more about like the world picture now. Because even though I lived in Japan, Japan is still like a ally of the West, like very closely, and is considered like a Western power sort of. Yeah. So yeah, coming to China, I know a lot more about like Middle East, Central Asia. I never knew anything, to be honest. I was curious, but just never looked into it. And a lot of like developing countries I learned a lot more about because China collaborates with them a lot more. So you see them mentioned, where in Denmark, to be honest, I never heard much about these countries before. Yeah. So that's been super fun. It's made me very curious about the world as a whole. And I even started a little game where I look at a list of all the countries in the world and pick a random number with a number generator and then read up on that country's history. And yeah, it's made me like, I think, a more well-rounded person in how I see the world living here.
Yeah, and also like, for example, the world revolution history.
Yeah, like, because in Denmark you don't learn a lot. I know a lot more about French history since coming here, which is wild since I'm European. I'm willing to use an umbrella. It's so Danish that you won't use an umbrella, but since coming here I use umbrellas. I will even use it to block the sun because the sun will burn you. Yeah. Very quickly.
But for example, if you just style your hair and you just put on makeup and dress well and go outside, you wanna use umbrella.
My work, you know.
Yeah.
My effort. No, but in Denmark, the rain and wind combination makes the rain go like this way a lot. So using an umbrella is like just dangerous. But I actually adopted the use of umbrellas in the summertime very quickly, like the first year I lived here.
Yeah.
Because it helps you keep a little bit cooler. It helps you not get sunburnt because no matter how much sunscreen you put on, there's a limit, you know? I'm even looking into like trying out the like sun protection clothes.
Mm-hmm.
I go to the hospital a lot more. And I know this will sound negative because people will be like, oh my gosh, she's getting sick all the time. No. In Denmark, I just never would go to hospital. If I have a pain or like any problem, it wouldn't be an option for me to go to hospital. Like, good luck calling the doctor and be like, oh, I have a headache. Could I like come in? They'd be like, no. What do you want me to do about your headache? Do you have headaches for months at a time maybe? Then we'll see. But who do you think you are? Like, grow up. But here I go a lot more. He forces me. But I do agree more now.
Because if you have any problem, you should.
Yeah.
That's the purpose of having hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see his logic more and more, but I still go to hospital way less than a Chinese person. It's hard to get.
I need to, like, every time it's like, so we go to hospital. No.
Yeah, but now I will go if I have a fever for a while. Before I would have been like, no. This is like a very like female focused difference. I call other women sister. In the beginning, I wouldn't do that because I have a real sister. 我有一个姐姐. But now that I live here, I've kind of grown accustomed to like the camaraderie of female companionship in China. So now I call women sis a lot. It's kind of cute. I like it. My tolerance for the heat is crazy. Before coming here, I had a very high tolerance for heat compared to the average Scandinavian because it's not very warm where we live. But now, like, I can wear pants in like the summer heat here, which is definitely like an improvement from 2 years ago where I was dying when I arrived.
Yeah, remember that summer?
It was so warm.
And you don't sweat.
Yeah, I have a very hard time sweating, so it makes it way worse. But now I feel like I'm pretty good with the heat. That's the things that have changed about me since coming to China, at least the ones I noticed. So yeah, maybe we'll do this again in like 2 more years and see.
There's definitely more.
Yeah, maybe all of a sudden I'll be like chugging boiling water on like a 40-degree summer day. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.